Well, good morning, and it's the final day of the Cumbria Way, and it was a very pleasant stay at the Red Lion at Lowick Bridge. Really good food, just proper pub grub, but yeah, really good meal last night. And a very nice room, very comfortable room, but I'm not sure that I got much sleep last night because by heck was everything hurting. But last stage today, so it should only be about 7 miles into Ulverston, though we've got a few stiles to overcome this morning, I suspect, on not just getting back to the route but on the main route as well. But got plenty of time to get there today, and it should be quite gentle walking. And the forecast for the day is pretty decent as well, so hopefully we won't get rained on as we get into Ulverston, which would be nice. But yeah, total change in character of the walk today. We've left the rough grassland and the moorland behind. You can maybe just see the tops of the hills round Coniston just over behind me, but they're not much more than a distant memory. So, but I think we've got about 1 kilometre to get back on track this morning. And this is what we're heading towards. A little bit of uphill, and Lowick Church up there on the hill. So we'll get back to you once we're back en route, I think. We've set the dog off. All a bit ramshackle, this place. Half expect Claude Greengrass to pop out there. This is a bit of a nice surprise. I wasn't expecting this. It's another view back to the hills over Coniston. You can just make out Coniston Water in the distance there, the very just a tiny sliver of it right at the very top. But I don't think we've ever had this view. The weather's been so bad when we've walked this section, so it's nice to see that. Although we do have some rather black cloud looming over us and threatening, although the weather forecast said under a 5% chance of rain. I don't believe that for a second, even if it comes from the Met Office. I'll do a quick scan of our surroundings as well, because we've been climbing pretty rapidly. You can just see Lowick Bridge down there, or the church spire or tower. That's where we started this morning, and it's been quite the climb actually. But landscape's opened up nicely for us. but as you can probably see, we're still going up. So it's the good news is at some point we're going to have to go down.
Excuse me.
Well, we reached the top of that climb, and I can't say I'm too unhappy about getting to the top of it, but yeah, well, it's not the spectacular scenery of Coniston and the Langdales. This has got its own attraction. Really quite pleasant. It's very much like the Yorkshire Dales and the Derbyshire Dales, as I said yesterday. Very similar sort of landscape, but still a little bit of moorland over there. This seems to have been an old metal road we're on, so just abandoned over the years, so fallen out of use. But we're close to a small village called Gothwaite, which I seem to remember is where the rain started the last time we walked this. Gone by heck did it rain. And there you might just be able to make out in the distance a lighthouse perched on top of the hill, which pretty much marks our destination. Oh, morning.
Morning.
Yeah, because we go straight across here, don't we?
I think so, yeah. Oh, no, we don't. Got an interesting culvert across the road.
Yeah, as you say, whole different landscape.
Yeah. The only problem with now being in farmland is we're going to have a heck of a lot more stiles to be crossing. So we've got that to look forward to. Almost a complete change to the scenery now, and it's almost every 100 metres or so we're crossing a field boundary by a stile or a stone stile. And it's very much your typical British sort of farmland. But apart from the stiles, this is nice, easy walking, and it's really nice on the feet compared to what's gone before. Got just about 5 kilometres left, so around 3 miles. To get back to Ulverston. Um, but the route really meanders about through the fields here. But it's a real pleasant contrast to what's gone before. Another one of these oh so pretty little Cumbrian villages. Just a tiny little hamlet. But they're also sort of higgledy-piggledy and ramshackle. It's great. That's an unfortunate number plate. There we can see Morecambe Bay again, just in the gap there. And actually, it's not a lighthouse. Apparently, it's a memorial to an Arctic explorer, I guess, made to look like a lighthouse. But yeah, so the coast isn't too far away, and I think we're just heading up to this road here. That's typical as a car coming. Just looking back towards, and in the distance. Oh, get posted. We'll try that again. Just looking back towards Coniston now, and where we've come from, and they're quite well in the distance, and that's the Coniston Old Man and the hills around. The village, actually it's looking like a good day to be up there because the clouds quite high off the top. But yeah, we're got the feeling of the very last stage of this, maybe a maximum of a couple of miles into Ulverston, and yeah, the route is certainly as good as I remember it. It's a lot harder than I remember it, but I've put on about 10 years since then, a bit of weight, and yeah, so I'm not surprised it's a bit tougher. I'm certainly nowhere near as fit as I was, but I still think it's a far better route this way round, walking north to south. You get a good finish here in Ulverston. We should have a cracking view over Morecambe Bay today, with any luck. If you're walking north and you're walking all the way to Carlisle, you've pretty much got 6 miles of uninteresting path to finish. But I suppose that's the way it is. But you are finishing in Carlisle, and there's a lot of interest there. You've got the castle, the cathedral, the old tithe barn, and plenty to explore if you want to spend a day there. But Ulverston has its attractions too, and be interested to see what the Laurel and Hardy Museum is like, because it's moved to a new site since we were here last. But anyway, I think we are going right here. Yes, we are. There's a signpost. There we are, a way marker. often ask myself, who's the stupid ones? Is it us or them? We're the ones that have just walked 75 miles. They all seem quite happy just lying there in the grass. But we're picking up the last bit of height I would expect. I think this has been a change to the route here actually. Just a bit further down there was a statutory diversion notice, so I suspect the route has changed a little. But with the coast in sight, and that's it opening up right in front of us. There we go, there's Morecambe Bay right there. We've got a real sense that we are coming to the end of this walk. And if we turn around, we've still got the big slab that is the old man of Coniston dominating the skyline to the north. Years ago. and as I dodge all the cow pats. We've arrived. Not far to go, just down this track, and we're at the official finish. A little peek at Morecambe Bay through the trees there, but short one today. And actually it's been a cracker, hasn't it? Been a really enjoyable walk. So we got to negotiate this little pinch style and then squeeze our way through a metal kissing gate. And there's a new Cumbria Way sign. We've got to get through that as well. Civilization. This is just a lovely end to the walk. We come down here and I think very shortly we should be able to see the sculpture that marks the end of the Cumbria Way. Somewhere, and there it is. Hiya. There we go, and it looks as if we've got two folk just setting off as we arrive. Well, have you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
You could say that a bit more convincingly.
Most of it.
Most of it. Yeah. There we go. The end of the Cumbria Way. That's another one in the bag. As we finish, two set off. Bye.